Weapon Task 3, maintain an M249 machine gun. Task, maintain an M249 machine gun. Perform a functions check on an M249 machine gun in sequence. Test conditions. During daylight, given an M249 machine gun. Standards. Within 3 minutes, correctly clear in sequence and disassemble the M249 machine gun into its 8 major part groups. If no handguard is present, place into 7 major groups and components. Within 3 minutes, correctly assemble the M249 machine gun and perform a functions check in sequence. Let me have your attention. At this point, you are required to clear in sequence, disassemble, assemble, and perform a functions check in sequence on the M249 machine gun. The purpose of this is to demonstrate your ability to perform operator maintenance on an M249 machine gun. The weapon must pass the functions check. You have 3 minutes to clear in sequence and disassemble the M249 machine gun into the 8 major groups. If no handguard is present, place into 7 major groups and components. You may use only the equipment that you have on the ground. You have 3 minutes to clear in sequence and disassemble the M249 machine gun into 8 major groups. If no handguard is present, place into 7 major groups and components. You may use only the equipment that you will find on the ground close beside your weapon. Place the disassembled parts on the ground as you remove them. Do you understand what you must do? Performance measure 1. Clear an M249 machine gun in sequence. A. Lock the bolt to the rear by pulling the cocking handle to the rear using your right hand palm up. Return the cocking handle forward to its locked position using your right hand palm up. Place the M249 machine gun on safe. Perform a 5-point safety check. Number 1, remove the magazine if present by pushing down on the magazine release tab and pulling the magazine out. Number 2, raise the feed tray cover assembly by pushing in the latches and tilting upwards. Check the feed paw assembly under the feed cover. Check the feed tray assembly. Number 3, raise the feed tray assembly by tilting upwards. Check the chamber. Check the space between the face of the bolt and the chamber. Insert 2 fingers in the magazine well and feel for brass or ammunition. Lower the feed tray assembly. Close the feed tray cover assembly by lowering it until it locks closed. Move the safety to the fire position. Pull the cocking handle to the rear. Squeeze the trigger and manually ride the bolt forward and ensure the cocking handle clicks into the lock position using your right hand palm up. Performance measure 2. Disassemble the M249 machine gun into its 8 major groups. Note, if no handguard are present, place into 7 major groups. Do not grade in sequence. Remove drive spring, return rod, and transfer mechanism assembly. Remove the operating rod, slide assembly, and bolt assembly. Remove the heat shield. Remove the barrel. Remove the handguard if present. Remove the buttstock and buffer assembly. Remove the gas cylinder. Remove the bipod. Place these parts in the 8 major groups, 7 if the handguard is not present. This is not graded in sequence. Performance measures 1 and 2 will be performed within 3 minutes. Performance measure 4. Assemble the M249 machine gun. Do not grade in sequence. Replace the bipod and gas cylinder. Replace the barrel. Replace the handguard if present. Replace the trigger mechanism. Replace the operating rod, slide assembly, and bolt assembly. Replace the spring, return rod, and transfer mechanism assembly. Replace the buttstock and buffer assembly. Replace the buttstock and shoulder assembly. And replace the heat shield assembly. Notice, these steps are not performed in sequence. Performance measure 5. Perform a functions check on an M249 machine gun in sequence. Charge the weapon. Continue to hold the cocking handle to the rear. Use your left hand and move the safety to the safe position. Push the cocking handle forward into the forward lock position using your right hand, palm up. Pull the trigger. Note, the weapon should not fire. Grasp the cocking handle with the right hand, palm up, and pull and hold it to the rear. Move the safety to the fire position. Continue to hold the cocking handle to the rear and use your left hand to pull the trigger and ease the bolt forward to prevent it from slamming into the chamber and damaging the face of the bolt.